During jury duty, another juror passed me a note saying, "Vote guilty or you're next." I'm sitting in the deliberation room on day 3 of a murder trial when the folded paper lands on my lap. My hands freeze on the evidence photos I'm reviewing as I open it. The words are written in shaky block letters with a ballpoint pen pressed so hard it tore through the paper in places. I look up and juror 8, the middle-aged accountant named Douglas, is staring straight ahead with sweat beading on his forehead. When I try to make eye contact, he deliberately looks away and his hands are trembling on the table. That's when I notice something that makes my stomach drop. There's a fresh bruise on his wrist, dark purple and finger-shaped, exactly where someone would grab to twist an arm. I whisper to him quietly, "What is this?" He won't look at me, just shakes his head once and slides his chair back. The jury foreman, a retired teacher named Beverly, clears her throat loudly and announces we should take another vote on the defendant's guilt. The defendant is Vincent Krause, a real estate developer accused of murdering his business partner over a property deal gone wrong. The prosecution's case seems solid: security footage, financial records, witness testimony placing him at the scene. But 3 jurors, including Douglas, have been pushing hard for acquittal since deliberations started, and their arguments make no sense. They keep bringing up reasonable doubt where there isn't any, questioning evidence that's clearly legitimate, finding excuses in testimony that was straightforward. I thought they were just contrarian, but now I'm realizing something else is happening. During our lunch break, I follow Douglas into the hallway. He tries to walk away, but I grab his arm, the one without the bruise. "Someone threatened you." He pulls away fast, his eyes darting around the empty corridor. "You don't understand who you're dealing with. Vincent Krause owns half the judges in this county. His brother is a state senator. His cousin runs the largest private security firm in the state." Douglas continues in a rushed whisper. "I voted not guilty in the first round because I believed the defense. Then 2 men showed up at my house at midnight. They knew my wife's name, my daughter's school, my grandson's daycare address. They said if the verdict isn't not guilty, my family gets hurt. They showed me photos of my daughter grocery shopping yesterday." He's shaking now. "I'm not the only one. Check juror 3 and juror 11. We're all voting the way we've been told to vote." Before I can respond, the bailiff appears and tells us deliberations are resuming. As we walk back, I study juror 3, a young woman named Alicia, and juror 11, an older man named Frank. Both have the same terrified expression Douglas wears. Alicia has a band-aid on her neck that looks like it's covering something. Frank keeps checking his phone during breaks even though we're not supposed to have them. And when I accidentally see his screen, there's a message thread with attached photos that he closes immediately. That afternoon, I asked to see evidence photo 16 again, the one showing the crime scene from the doorway. Beverly hands it to me and I notice her hand is shaking too. When I look closer at her face, there are small cuts near her hairline that weren't there 2 days ago. Barely visible, but definitely new. "Beverly, did something happen to you?" She doesn't answer, just gives me this desperate look and mouths the word "please." I scan the room and realize it's not just 3 jurors. It's 6 out of 12. Half the jury has been compromised through threats and violence. We're not deliberating justice. We're performing a script written by Vincent Krause's people. I stand up suddenly and announce I need to speak with the judge. Beverly's face goes white. That's not a good idea. But I'm already walking to the door and knocking for the bailiff. The bailiff, a stocky man named Officer Riley, opens the door and his expression hardens when I say I need to report jury tampering. "Ma'am, that's a serious accusation. Let's talk in the hallway." He escorts me out, but instead of taking me to the judge's chambers, he walks me toward a stairwell. "Where are we going?" "The judge's office is the other direction." Officer Riley stops and turns, and now he's positioned between me and the main hallway. "Here's what's going to happen. You're going to go back in that room, vote not guilty with everyone else, and forget about whatever you think you saw." His hand rests on his radio. "Vincent Krause has been very generous to a lot of people in this courthouse. Judges, clerks, bailiffs. We all have families. We all have mortgages, and we all understand how things work." I try to push past him, but he steps in front of me again. "You live at 1634 Maple Street, apartment 5B. You drive a blue Civic. You go to the gym every Thursday morning at 6 a.m. Your boyfriend's name is Nathan, and he works at the hospital downtown on the night shift." My blood turns to ice because I've never told anyone in this courthouse those details. That's when I hear footsteps behind me and turn to see 2 men in suits coming up the stairs. They're not courthouse staff. One of them has a bulge under his jacket where a gun would sit. I screamed as loud as I could and ran straight into the courtroom where the trial was still in session, shouting that the jury had been threatened and the bailiff was involved. The judge ordered an immediate investigation that uncovered the entire conspiracy, and Vincent Krause got convicted not just for murder, but for jury tampering, obstruction of justice, and witness intimidation, while Officer Riley and 5 others went to prison alongside him.